Guess who's back? Back again. Shady's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? 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 Guess who's back?
What is up, guys? It's your boy Mustazico here. I'm finally back again. Sorry for being gone for so long. I'm done with all my exams now, and we had this graduation thingy which lasted for 3 weeks where you just have consistent partying. But now I'm free and able to make more videos in the future. Now I have two great news which I want to share with you guys. The first one is one of my videos reached over 1,000 views, which was really unexpected, and I'm very grateful for that. The other one is that I finished 41st in the European Blitz Solo Showdown. As you can see here, I had 4,759 points, and I got 17 out of 25 wins. Unfortunately, I don't receive my awards until tomorrow, so I will put it in the highlights video I'm planning on making. In today's video, however, the focus is gonna be on giving you guys some tips which hopefully will improve your gameplay and make some of you end up in the top 100 and receive your rewards. After that, I will show you guys some highlights of the showdown, which I really like, and hopefully you guys enjoy it too. Now let's stop this chit-chatting and just get into the video, guys. Now, there are several points we're going to be talking about today. The first one is where you choose to land. My suggestion of what I think is best is to land towards the edge of the circle. If you see a good looting spot like Pleasant Park, Retail Row, or just Junk Junction, and it has parts of it inside and outside the circle, land just outside the circle, pick up some of the loot from the houses, and then loot inside the circle once the storm is coming. The reason why it's really good to land at the edge of the circle in the beginning is because in Blitz, a lot of the players are afraid of the storm because it starts moving right away. This also means you might avoid any encounters in the beginning of your game, which will already advance your placement because a lot of the players die right away. The second part we're going to talk about is sort of a follow-up to the previous one. I call it circle camping, and what I mean about this is staying as close to the edge of the circle as possible. The reason for this is a lot of the players keep moving towards the center of the circle to make sure they're safe, but there can be a lot of traffic in these areas, and you don't want to get attacked by several players at once. If you have your back to the circle like it's right behind you, you can avoid getting flanked a lot easier. Now you also don't want to just move in a straight line. Try to get to an advantage point where you can spot enemy players before they spot you. Or try to go to areas like Moisty Mire and just stay there, relax, chill. As long as you survive, that's what matters. You don't have to move until the circle forces you to move. The third point we're going to talk about is avoiding building unless you have to. The reason for this is we want to stay alive, and we want to try to move like a ghost and avoid as many encounters as possible unless we're forced to enter them. The fourth point we're going to talk about is height advantage. If you feel like it's time to build, or you fear that you might enter an encounter in any minute, you need to get the high spot so the players can't approach you from above. If you're building up and there's some high spots around you where you can get shot from, you need to figure out a way to counter this either by building walls or try to get up to the high spot that's next to your base. Also, when you're sitting in your base, try not to peek too much. You have plenty of vision around you, even if you're just sitting with your head below the edge. This is so you avoid getting sniped. If you want to peek, you can just edit your ramp and then sit down in your little box on top of your building and then partly edit some of the walls so you can look through but not actually finish the editing. Height advantage is relevant in any game mode and any encounters. You always want to try to stay above your enemy. The fifth point we're gonna talk about is don't push. You don't have to push any player you see. This is a survival based competition, not kill based, which means you want to try to avoid as many encounters as possible to increase your chances of surviving and get to at least the top 10. Of course, I'm not saying you should never push. If the situation forces you to, then you gotta go for it. The 6th point is about your loadout. What do you want to carry with you? Now usually when I play, I only carry one set of healing, and it's usually mini shields. However, in this competition you want to survive for as long as possible, and therefore I choose to carry both bandages or medkits and then some mini shields or big shields. You don't want to win a fight and have low HP or manage to escape with a launch pad and only be able to heal up to about 80, 90, 100, 110 health. You want to try to keep your health as high up as possible so you don't run around like a headless chicken, exposed in the dark nature of getting one-shotted. If you guys have seen me play on Twitch, I usually carry a sniper, AR, shotgun and rocket, or shotgun. In this case, I sacrificed the sniper in the benefit of carrying one more set of meds. My favorite loadout for this game mode, honestly, was having a grenade launcher, AR, and a shotgun. Grenade launcher is really OP because you don't have to peek, but you can still do a lot of damage, and it's definitely the best gun in the game right now, in the way of not actually having to participate in the fight, but at the same time being able to destroy the enemy from far away. The last point, guys, is materials. Make sure you have a lot of materials for future encounters. When you're doing these strategics, which I have told you about, by staying as close to the circle as possible and camp along it, staying in places which are not trafficked by enemy players, you can spend your time chopping your wood up to 999 materials. Also, you get a lot more materials when you gather it in Blitz mode, which means it won't actually take a lot of your time. Also, and last of all, guys, just don't play as a noob. Anyways, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video and that it helped you out to learn some new useful stuff which you can implement into your gameplay. If you did enjoy this video, please make sure you leave a like, and also, if I forgot something which you think is important, comment it down below and I will take it into consideration.